about that situation. Basically, we cleared it up. You know, Fazion hit me in my DM, said mad respect, always had respect. Fucking, you know, here's my number. Fucking, I'm banging Honcho, you know, music to drive by on repeat. All good. So, some shit transpired today, or yesterday, I believe, to where Fazion went back on his page, said some shit about I snitched on a nigga in Chi-Town or some shit like that. So let me tell y'all the story. Back in 94, 93, when I did Menace, motherfucker hit me up. Some of my peoples, I guess in Chi-Town, was getting ready to do a movie. The movie was called Reasons. It was starring me, Bernie Mac, Lisa Ray. So, my attorney at the time hooked the deal up. Bingo, bango. Niggas gave me $100 grand. So, fly to Chicago. I'm there for about 3.5 months shooting the movie. Everything was love. My peoples were still fucking with them. You know, I came home, everything was good. My peoples were still fucking with them, whatever, you know. Like I said, I ain't gonna speak on nobody's name, but my people were still handling business with these cats. Long story short, my man in Chi-Town was about that life, you know. And when I say about that life, my nigga was like Pablo Escobar status about that life. So, long story short, I get told that we're all finna get hit with federal grand jury subpoenas. Right? So, I wait for the fall down because I know it's coming, because my people who was handling the business already informed me that they coming. And he handled the business, so he told them, yeah, Eiht took $100 grand for doing the movie. So when they come hit me, same shit. Did you take $100 grand? I said, yeah, I took $100 grand for doing a movie, because that's what they hired me for. No questions from no authorities, no police precincts or detectives or, you know, just a federal subpoena to come tell or ask me, did I take $100 grand for doing a movie? I said, yeah. I took $100 grand for doing a movie. No questions about dope, or did you do this, or did you buy, or did you motherfucking nothing. Everything was, I didn't know shit. So there you go in a nutshell. I didn't know shit to tell shit. My peoples had already told them I pocketed $100K. So when they came, I told them I pocketed $100K. Done deal. That was it. The story they screaming is that I walked into. So the story that I'm been told is that I went on the stand, pointing a nigga out, and told about dope shit. Didn't know nothing about no dope shit. They already knew I had $100K. They were gonna, if I didn't say I had the $100K, then they was gonna file a federal, like you said, it was gonna file a federal tax evasion shit. So, that's what they asked me. Did you take money to do a movie? I said, yeah. That was it. Like I said, no, they talking about I snitched on the stand, I pointed a nigga out, I told on a nigga, I pointed his finger, and I got a nigga life. I got Escobar status nigga life over taking $100 grand for a movie that never came out. So that's what the story is in a nutshell. So that's what the fuck is going around, and that's what the story niggas is saying, that I snitched on a nigga. Now, mind you, this shit happened 25 years ago. So that's what we dealing with. And that's the JoJo Capone cat. So this JoJo Capone cat apparently is supposed to be a relative of my nigga who was Escobar, okay? And he's the one that said, I'm the snitch, JoJo Capone. You can add him. So JoJo Capone says, I got on the stand, told and pointed at a nigga and said blah, blah, this and that. So the story behind that is, everybody know I just joined the Gangster Chronicles podcast, right? We got to deal with Charlemagne Black Effect Network, iHeartRadio. My man JoJo Capone knows my man Steele. They kind of cool, they homies. They've been knowing each other for maybe, a year and a half, couple of years. So apparently this story about this snitching shit was wrote in a book. And I ain't gonna mention, whatever. Y'all want to go cop it, help the brother out, whatever. So it was wrote in a book about me and the $100,000. So this cat knows my boy Steele. The podcast, they got the Gangster Chronicles podcast. Shout out to my boy Steele. Shout out to James. And it was some shit that went down. I don't know. I'm not involved. Wasn't. I just joined the show. But apparently my man JoJo Capone, he got his podcast shit cracking. He trying to do that. He was trying to be a rapper at 35 years old, all that type of shit. So when he found out that I was the new host on the Gangster Chronicles podcast, that's when all this shit came up. Because he's supposed to be, family, and he known about this story for 25 years. But now he just decided to bring this up yesterday when we debuted on the Breakfast Club for the podcast. Okay. I was on the Gangster Chronicles podcast maybe a year ago, just as a guest. He knew about this so-called snitching shit, but never brought it up when he saw me as a guest on the show. Okay. And the minute I joined as a host, now Eiht is a snitch, Eiht is telling, blah, blah, blah. So that's the story we got right there. Like I said, this shit happened decades ago. That's what it is. That's what it do. I ain't speaking no more about it.
Oh, yo, it's Big Ant, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV. Wanted to come in and tap in on this situation. MC Eiht responded to Fazion Love and JoJo Capone out of Chicago. Now, look, man, I don't know all the details of this situation. I can only go off of what they say. I haven't seen any paperwork or anything like that. These type of things are not really my concern because I'm not going off of these street codes and things like that. I got my code as a man when it come to snitching. Like, I'm not the nigga that's finna tell on somebody when I went and did something illegal with them and got some money with them, and then to save my own ass and tail. I don't do that because that's what the streets say. I'm on that type of time because that's the way my T-lady raised me. This street shit, ain't no loyalty in these streets, ain't no rules in these streets. That's just what it is. I got my codes where I believe in right and wrong and standing up and taking responsibilities for your own action. It ain't about trying to impress these niggas out here and fit in with these niggas out here. It's codes and morals that come under my upbringing that I'm standing on, because these niggas that say ain't they on that no snitching shit. Man, all these niggas be out here with the snitching shit and they supposed to be real live gangster. And I tell niggas all day, and niggas know me, nigga, I ain't no gangster, but I'm a man, nigga. I'm gonna stand up for right and wrong, and we gonna move in the correct way, nigga. Like, I ain't with all the shit. So I'll tell you like this right here. This is my responsible form and responsibility as journalist or hood journalist. I'm not a journalist. Let me be clear. Let me say that right. We spoke on this on the Studio 56 podcast. Wanted to come back and be fair to all parties involved and put a little bit more clarity on this platform, so it'll be there. If you watch the other video, this will be here too, where they tell their sides of MC8 tells his side, and then JoJo Capone also said on his Instagram that he will be getting a phone call and getting down to the bottom of this situation. I'm really speaking on this. This is some street shit and gangster shit, but it's on the internet being discussed in full detail. So that makes it news now. You understand what I'm saying? That's news, and I'm not here to throw fuel on the fire. I'm not here to instigate and tell these dudes to expose each other and disrespect each other and talk down on each other. But the supporters want to hear about it. We gonna make it happen. You gotta come with the facts and stuff like that. Tell you like this, the way I was raised up, certain things, man, when you call somebody a snitch or a rat, you call somebody a homosexual, you call somebody a thief, these are very, very disrespectful terms and basically moral breaking terms and degrading terms as a man, especially if you from the streets or you from the hood or anything like that. Because of the way we raised, man, your principle's supposed to come first. So I even tell like females I talk to, females say, man, that nigga gay. I'll be like, hey man, if you can't prove that, don't throw that jacket on the nigga. So it has to be proven with MC8. I haven't seen no paperwork yet. He actually did an interview with Doggy Diamonds. Y'all go check that out. Very dope phone call interview. Shout out to Doggy Diamonds. I check him out from time to time when I'm free. Shout out to everybody involved. Hopefully they can get on the line. MC8 is doing the Gangsters Chronicle podcast that's under the Black Effect Podcast Network with Charlamagne the God. Hopefully they can get this thing understood, man. All these guys are a little bit older in the game, and they grown men, so to see them kind of hash these issues out on the internet, but on the street side, if somebody is snitch, you do get exposed publicly. So, hey, we just got to wait and see, man. Shout out to everybody. Hopefully they can figure this out, square this away. MC8, nigga grew up on MC8, Menace to Society, legendary movie, everything like that, man. Subscribe to the channel. Fazion Love, hey, nigga, 3 Strikes, nigga, Money Talks, of course, Big Worm on Friday, comedian, name, factor, JoJo Capone. Been hearing about that name, been seeing him on YouTube videos, vlogs, been hearing that he was a factor out here, never met him, never seen him, but knowing, he's got ties, he out here for real. So, man, hopefully they can just talk this over, get it understood like some G's, man, 1,000.